God's blessings to you as we gather for our weekly reflection on faith, justice, peace, and community. I pray that through these reflections, the Spirit might stir within each of us a greater desire to come to know the God of love, beauty, mercy, justice, and peace, seeking to be spiritually fed in order to better honor God's love and faithfulness to us in the ways that we care for ourselves and for each other. My brothers and sisters, I have a great love for nature, a reverence for the awesome beauty and incredible gift of the natural world. In the book of Genesis, the author tells us that God gave humankind dominion over the earth. The word dominion can be interpreted as ruler or lord over a certain country or region. It has the same root as the priest greeting at the beginning of Mass, Dominus, vobiscum, which we all know as translates, "The Lord be with you." We can all too often interpret dominion as dominance, as the ability to use and abuse the world God has given us for our own narrow and selfish purposes. We see that being acted out today by Russia in its horrific assault on the people of Ukraine. We can easily narrow the responsibility for this to one individual and his cronies with abusive and egocentric political and economic power. But there's an entire people sitting by and watching this unfold, the people of Russia and the people of the world. I wonder how many in our own country are horrified by what is happening, yet at the same time unwilling to accept higher prices at the gas pump or in other areas that affect our lives. As Pope Francis warns us, we live in a culture of indifference, feeling we can pick and choose whether we care or not about the poor, oppressed, and victims of war and genocide. Yet indifference is not an option for true disciples of Jesus Christ. We are our poor, impoverished, and war-torn sisters and brothers, guardians. There are some preachers out there actually preaching that this attack on the human family in Ukraine is somehow in God's plan as we move toward Armageddon. We should be appalled that anyone would suggest that it was in God's plan that such human suffering should be occurring. To warp the Christian message in this way is an abomination. In the gospel, Jesus makes three important points. First, the suffering inflicted on a people by natural forces or by the evil of others does not make them pawns in some grand plan of God or greater sinners than any of us. Second, all of us have the responsibility to reverence Mother Nature and to counter the all too often horrible manifestations of human nature. We're all suffering the effects of the abuses we have inflicted on our planet and for tolerating and sometimes turning a blind eye to abusive power. Finally, as in the example of the fig tree and its caretaker in the gospel, God is a God of second chances, willing to allow us to correct those abuses. God promised never to destroy the human family and start all over as he did with Noah and the flood. But God, because of the gift of free will allow us to either correct our ways or to participate by selfish action or inaction in the end of the human race. Jesus offers us hope if we attach ourselves to him and draw others to him. His dominion is a dominion that encourages us to be the very best of who God created us to be. Our God is a God of second, third, fourth, and endless chances to grow into our truest selves. May we honor the great gift of life, reverencing both human nature and Mother Nature as we continue our journey to the Promised Land. On behalf of the Catholic Christian family here at St. Agatha, I want to thank you for all the ways that you continue to allow the Lord to work through you, with you, and in you. Please join us for our celebrations this weekend, Sunday at 8 a.m. in person or online, or 10:30 Mass in person. Either in person or online, we welcome your participation in our community prayer of praise and thanksgiving. Please share this video with others on Facebook. It is a great way for you to participate in evangelizing, in spreading the good news. Thank you for all the ways that you allow the Lord to work through you, with you, and in you. And in all things, be blessed.